Hey guys, it's Kayceeanne. And first things first, I'm sorry, the phone is this way, not this way. It's on the charger because it did not charge last night, so it's kind of just resting there, um, crooked. Also, I am so sorry that I look like crap. I am beyond tired. I did not sleep last night, um, or for the past few nights, I have not been sleeping. So I got bags under my eyes that look like I've been punched in the face, but it's fine. Um, but there's a reason why I wanted to talk to you this early in the morning. It's like 8:30, and I just wanted to talk about my sleep schedules and how it's always been for me since I was little. So I also have coffee with me, so if you hear me drinking or sipping throughout the video, my apologies. I'm just so tired that I need it. But before we exaggerate this and make it go on for too long, I will just start and get into it. So, from back when I could remember, I've always had nightmares. Like, I'm not saying bad dreams or nightmares like, oh, my teddy bear got ran over from when I was a little kid. No, I'm talking about nightmares that were detailed and gruesome. There were murders happening in my dream. People I loved, I had to choose between killing them or killing myself, and it was just really awful. And when I was like 5, that's when they really started. So when I got older, the details of my dream got more gruesome, and the dreams themselves, the nightmares themselves, got more horrific. And these are rape dreams that I wrote down in a notebook. So it's really thick. I don't think you can see it because of my lighting, but it's super thick. I think there's like, so far, I used to number them, and I'll just read you guys. There's about 75 pages. There's 75 pages here, and all of them have to do with like a rape dream or a rape nightmare that I've had. And they're horrible. And I have had them since I was probably 8 when it first started with the rape dreams. That was probably when, like, at the age of when it started happening. And then it progressed into something so bad. And let me tell you, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not going to exaggerate at all. There were nights when I would wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning because I used to number these, like the dates, and then I used to put times at the top of them. There was 1:40 a.m. that I would wake up in the morning and I would have those dreams. And there's times where I wouldn't even go to sleep, and it was 5:47 in the morning and I wouldn't go to sleep. 9:27 in the morning, 12 at midnight, and I remember just waking up writing in my notebook that I had, this little diary that I had, that I would write all my dreams in. And sometimes during the school year, because I think I first started this when I was 13. That's when I first started writing in a notebook about the nightmares. And when it first started, it was like really bad. And I didn't want to sleep the next couple of days. So I would stay up way late. I had school the next morning, but I would stay up. And sometimes I would miss like 3 or 4 nights of sleep, like minimum, because I did not want to dream those dreams. They were horrific. And I would never read them out loud to anyone other than Silas, in which I did yesterday. And it just made our stomachs turn because I haven't read this in years. I haven't written in this notebook since I don't even know when. The last date it says here was 3/2/15, so a couple years ago. And now I'm like looking back and I'm disgusted with how a child has had these types of nightmares in their life. Now, I've had nightmares obviously my whole life pretty much, and I had one last night, but the ones I've been having recently have to do with like kidnapping. And I'm being kidnapped, and it's the same dream, it's the same man, it's the same truck, it's the same area, it's the same death. between him, and it's the same near-death experience for me. I won't talk about it because it's really uncomfortable, and it's the reason why I have these huge freaking bags under my eyes. I tried to put some foundation on them here with my CoverGirl thing. I tried to put some foundation on it, but it didn't really work out. It's fine, whatever. But they are so bad, and a lot of the times I can't even like sleep at all. I'll refuse to sleep. So I'll tell my mom I don't feel good. When I was in middle school, I'll tell her I didn't feel good for multiple reasons. I mean, I was really bullied, like really badly bullied in middle school, but a lot of the times it would be because I just could not sleep because of this stuff right here. These horrific things. Like, this is a lot of pages, you know? There's a lot in here, and there's more. So I would tell my mom, I don't really feel good. Can I stay home? And she'd be like, yeah, you can stay home. So I'd stay home, and I would try and catch some sleep. I'd have to take melatonin in the daytime to keep me asleep because I would wake up probably like 15 minutes into my sleep and just be awake. Sometimes I would go to bed at like 9:30, or 10 o'clock, and I would wake up at 11 to 12. And I would not go back to sleep. I could not go back to sleep. My nightmare was starting, and I'd just wake up. And to a lot of people, that's like, oh, that's not that bad because, you know, at least you're getting some sleep. It's like, yeah, I'm getting some sleep, but I'm getting like an hour of sleep, and I'm in middle school. That's not okay. And there's been a couple of times where when we lived in a different place before we met my dad here, and before we lived here, where we lived in this little, like, town apartment type of thing, a duplex with my mom. And I always slept with my mom because I was scared of the dark, and I was paranoid, and I had a lot of like paranoia and really bad dreams. So I would just sleep in with my mom. Yes, I was 12 years old and still sleeping with my mom. Don't judge. There's nothing funny about it. I was dead terrified of being in my room alone because I was afraid something was going to happen. These nightmares seemed so realistic that I thought I was going to enter back into that world, and I was going to get involved in this rape, and it was not something that I ever I wanted to be alone with. So there was one night where I was having a really bad, severe nightmare, and I watched a little girl get raped, and I was tied to a wall. And unfortunately, what do you want? Where she would be raped, and then I would be shoved against the wall, and it was so bad. And I was screaming in my sleep, and I was screaming in my dream. And my mom actually woke me up, and she just cradled me in her arms and was just like, it's okay, it was just a dream, it was just a dream. And I did not go to sleep for like 4 days after that at all. I wouldn't sleep. I would be up, I would drink lots of coffee, because when I was younger, coffee kind of gave me more energy, but in the same way, it's like, it really made me tired because it's like little kids. If you give them some sugar or a sip of soda, they're like off the wall, and then they're gonna hit that point where they're just like dead tired. That was like me. I didn't get skyrocketed though. I was never super like hyper when it came to like drinking coffee or anything, because I've been drinking coffee since I was way little. Because both my my stepdad, or what, my old dad, I don't know how to describe him, drank coffee, and then my mom's always drinking coffee, so I just always drank coffee with them. But I've been drinking coffee, and a lot of people are like, oh, that's probably why. No, it's not why. And I'll explain why later. But I would just have these horrible, horrible nightmares, and I wouldn't sleep at all. Last night, I woke up so I think I went to bed around like 10, because Silas and I were on Skype, and we both got really tired. We both had a busy day. We've had a really busy week. So him and I were really exhausted, and we're just like, we want to go to bed. It's like 10, whatever, 10:30. And we both crashed. Well, I kind of crashed after him because I ended the Skype call so my phone wouldn't overheat, and then I had went to bed a little bit, and I woke up I probably ended the Skype call at about 11. And I think I got up to go to like the bathroom or get some water or something, because I didn't go to bed right afterwards. I just don't remember what I was doing. Maybe I was just laying in bed. I don't really know. And I was starting to like doze off, where I was just like getting tired and my head was getting heavy, and my face was just, my eyes could not stay open is what it was feeling like. I could not keep my eyes open. So I went to sleep, and it was like 11:30 at that time when I finally fell asleep. And I woke up at 1. And I woke up at exactly, well, I guess it was like exactly 12:58 is when I woke up. And I was up for a long time. I was up until probably like 1:30 is what it felt like. I know that doesn't seem like you're only up for like an hour. I'm just like, yeah, but I was tired, so it felt like forever. But I finally went to bed at like 1, and then I woke up again at 2. I think it was like 2:15, between 2:15 and 2:20, and I was up, and I was trying to tire myself out, so I wanted to go on Facebook and just look at stuff, or Snapchat, and see people's stories just to tire me out. And then I fell asleep again, and I woke up again at like 3:30ish, and then 4:50, and then I woke up at 5:30. And then because I heard my parents get up to shower for work, and then I fell asleep again and didn't wake up until like 7:20. So I have been up constantly, up and asleep all night long. So that's why there's bags in my eyes, and I'm exhausted. I'm really, really tired. But I can't sleep anymore because I'm too awake to sleep and I'm too tired to sleep. But I did want to talk to you guys just about this, because nightmares are serious, and I had to go to therapy for them. And to some people, that seems stupid, like they're just dreams and you know that they're not real. But I was having them every night for, let's see, I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So about 7 years straight. I was having them every single night for about 7 years straight. Skipping days of sleep at a time. I was skipping, like, I think the longest I had gone without sleep, the one time when I had one of these nightmares, was a week and a day. And I crashed, and I told my mom I was not going to school that day. And I think it was in middle school, or it was like one of my sometime in freshman year of high school. And I slept the entire day. I told my mom that I wasn't going to school at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I slept until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon because I was just so tired, and I slept that long. And I had to go to therapy for this because I was missing school because of these. I was missing a lot of school for it. And I was really like giddy and uncomfortable when people would touch me or hug me, because these dreams are just so morbid, and I can't bear a person even, like, can't even bear a person having these types of nightmares. It's not good at all. There's nothing fun about them. So I'm awake, and once again I had another nightmare. It wasn't a rape one, it was a kidnapped one again. And then I had another part to it where I had to choose life and death between some certain family members. And for instance, I mean, like, I had a choice to kill one of my nephews, and I had a choice to kill one of my parents, 2 of my siblings, myself, or my boyfriend. Those were the choices I was given. I didn't want to even think about it because it, like, scared me so bad that I woke up. But if you're having severe nightmares like this, I really think that you guys should talk to someone. And if your parents don't think that it's that bad, you need to write them down, because my mom didn't think they were that bad until I showed her this stuff when we read it in therapy, and she was disgusted. She couldn't even sit the entire therapy session because these were so detailed. And now she like finally understood like how bad they were. And some nights, even living here, I'd have to wake her up and let her know that I had a bad dream, and she'd talk to me until I fell asleep, and then my mom or dad would wake me up and tell me to go to bed while they were getting ready for work. It was so bad. I'm at the age now where I just like wake up and I just stay in my bed, but it's not safe, guys. It's not comfortable. It's not good. It's not fun. I hate not being able to sleep at night because I have these horrific nightmares. I hate not being able to function correctly or think correctly during school time because I do online, because I have nightmares like this that are so scary and detailed that I just can't think in class. So if you're having nightmares like this, please just, for your safety and for your health, tell your parents. And if they don't believe you, start writing them down. For the next couple of days, start writing the nightmares down. And if they do believe you right away, try and get a counselor or a therapist to talk to, because I remember my therapist thought that I was lying about this, and there's a reason why I didn't go to therapy much longer after this had happened. And she said that I was lying and that there's no way in hell that a kid could remember nightmares like this or have nightmares this detailed and remember it. And I thought that was just a bunch of baloney, because it's like, I remember these because I have them every single night. For the first couple of nights, no, I didn't remember them. But when they're consistently happening every single night, like, obviously I'm gonna remember that stuff. So for your health and your safety and just for your sleep, talk to your parents about them and please write them down. I wrote 70, like, what did I say, 72, 73 pages worth of stuff, 74. Write them down. It doesn't matter how much you have. Okay, my paper is this thick, full of the same nightmare over and over again, just different parts of it. And I could not sleep for days. And now I'm sitting here with bags under my eyes because I have the same nightmare over and over again, but it's not as bad as this one. I just wanted to let you guys know. So that's all I have for now, and I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in my next video, which will be probably later today. I'm just gonna go drink my coffee and lay down. Love you guys, and have a fantastic day.